Today on the channel, we celebrate 60 years of the X-Men with the Marvel Legends 3-pack, Storm, Forge, and Jubilee.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Marvel Legends unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got something special. We're celebrating the 60th anniversary of the X-Men with the brand new Jim Lee era X-Men 3-pack of Jubilee, Forge, and Storm. But remember, for all your Marvel Legends needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up DJC Collectibles. Use discount code 8OFFDJC to save 8%. And remember, when you go to the website, it is Canadian pricing there. So you Americans that are going there, the total will be cheaper for you at checkout. So make sure you take note of that. But man, oh man, hot off the truck, thanks to DJC Collectibles out there. Very excited about this 3-pack. Very excited about the Wolverine that goes with this set that we unboxed on the channel a month ago or so. What is time, as we always say. Check out that review. And then, of course, we got the next 3-pack of Gambit, Psylocke, and Banshee. So we got a 3-pack of them to go with the Wolverine and to go with this pack. And man, I'm excited. Like I said, Jim Lee era of X-Men in the 90s was my X-Men, and probably a lot of you guys watching as well. That was your era of X-Men. Around the animated series, of course, as well. But when I first started reading X-Men very heavily, it was this era. So it's a very cool thing to get in figure form. And we've gotten figures like this over the years in Toy Biz and things like that. But it's always nice to get the old shiny toy example. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other ones here on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We'll do some comparisons later on in the video. So stay tuned for that. Without further ado, 3-pack goodness. Something special about a 3-pack, 4-pack, multi-pack. It's just always exciting, especially when you were a kid getting things like this. Like all of a sudden I got 3 new people into my collection all at once. It was always an exciting time. And it's always exciting now too. So very cool. You got all 3 glamour shots. Of course, no plastic prisons here. It's all about the cardboard. But it does look nice. It does look clean. But if you're just playing this min in box, I don't know, not for me, but if you are, let me know, shout it out in the comments that you are going to be an inbox collector of these. I don't know, I want to understand it, I just can't, because you're just staring at artwork, staring at packaging, but it is what it is. But very cool packaging, of course, Marvel Legends logo, classic X-Men logo, the 3 amigos right there, there they are standing tall together all in a line, and then I really love the other side over here where you get the artwork, of course, from back in the day. Very, very cool. And then you get the Murder's Row on the back once again, a bunch of jibber-jabber, things like that. It does show their effect pieces, the accessories they come with. Always very interested to see what we got going on there. Nothing else, though. No blurbage going on. Always disappointing. A little blurb goes a long way, guys. Let's get some blurbage going. See you later, Spider-Man style. That fell right out. And what do we got? And anything? Nothing. It would be great if there was like a comic book inside, a pamphlet, something. See you later. Goodbye. And you just get cardboard. Just cardboard fun is all you get here. The cardboard coffin representing. Nothing too fun there. See you later. I'm going to pull these 3 out, I guess. I don't know. It's just, it loses some of its magic, I think. We lose some magic. See you later. When we don't have the old plastic prison, we can't see everything. We just got to knock everybody out of the old parchment paper coffin. See you later. Goodbye. There's Storm. See you later. Goodbye. And how about Jubilee? Jubilation Lee, as she's known in some circles. See you later, goodbye. And then we do get accessory packs here. Let's rip these open. See what's going on. You always got to be careful. You don't want to lose anything. Nothing going on there. Bam, see you later. And the final piece of the puzzle. Let's pull it out right here. And there it is. Okay, right there. Goodbye, see you later. All right, let's get down to things. Let's separate some of this stuff. Let's get all these things where they need to be and take a look at what is going on here. Wait a minute here. Oh, geez, I was going to say, I thought Forge had a gun. Ooh, makes me nervous, I was going to say, but there it is right here. Thankfully, we do have that. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's break all this down. Forge, ladies first, you know the rules. You're going to have to go last for good or for bad. Let's start it off with old Jubilation Lee. Old Jubilee, 90s X-Men staple out there. And one of the ones that was most relatable probably to kids reading comics at the time. We liked going to the mall. We liked to go to Sam Goody because we knew Goody got them. And we went to Music Land if that was your thing as well. You'd go to B. Dalton Bookstore. Maybe Mr. Bulky, get some candy. Maybe check the Disney store really quick because there was never anything in the Disney store. And then you'd sit down at EB Games or what was the other game store before GameStop? I can't even remember what that was called. And then, of course, KB Toys. Oh, the glory days of going to the mall back in the 90s. But it does, that's what Jubilee liked to do, and we like to do that too. But let's break down this Jubilee. Let's look at some of these accessory pieces. And she has the most of anybody, it looks like here. So good for Jubilee. We do get 2 Fists of Fury with Jubilee if she needs to throw down the fist. And then you do get the magical kind of hands where she can shoot her fireworks from there. But you do get the yellow gloved hands on Jubilee. Looking good. Very, very small hands, of course, but we do have those. Then you do get effect pieces, and we've in the past got these effects. Uh-oh, as I dropped Jubilee's effect. Oh my gosh, got it. The carpet monster. Sorry, carpet, not today. But we do get these effect pieces. Usually we get these in like all pink. We got a little better coloring on this one. You get a little pink, a little purple. Looks really nice. Looks actually a little bit cosmic, really, when I look at this. So does look very, very nice here for Jubilee. But we've seen these before in many different colors over the years. And then we get down to some glasses. Of course, you got to have Jubilee's. I don't even know what kind of glasses you call it. They almost look like ski goggles or something, but they do look nice, and we've seen these before. You can choose your own adventure, have these on her, have these not on her. It's up to you at the end of the day, but we do get those glasses. And then we get 2 heads for Jubilee. Let's go through both of these heads first, then we'll break down the figure. What do we got going on with Jubilee? She's got big old yellow X-Men earrings going on that looks nice. Very short hairdo, nice whimsicalness to the front on it. Looks fairly good. She's got some nice red lipstick, blue eyes. Definitely looks good. I'm not sure if I would know 100% this is Jubilee if somebody just handed me this head. But with the body and everything, you pretty much say, oh yeah, that's Jubilee at the end of the day. Then you do get a second head, and we've seen a head very similar in the past. This one, she's blowing the bubble gum. She's like a young rock and roll on the G.I. Joe team. She's blowing bubble gum at every chance. You got the same earrings going on. Got red lipstick. Got the bubble gum blowing in there really high. Big bubble gum. And the bubble gum, I was going to say, is it removable? It is not, but man, you got to be careful with this thing. That is a very loose peg. I could see this breaking off if you're not careful, so I'd say be careful on that. I wouldn't touch that bubble gum if you don't really have to. Hair is going to be the exact same. Everything else the exact same on the head, so not too bad there, not too bad. But now we get down to it. We get down to old Jubilee. First impressions, of course, a cool X-Men costume. I would say as far as Jubilee goes, definitely not her most iconic costume. We think of her in her kind of trench coat look and stuff like that. But this is her in the full-on X-Men team member outfit regalia. It looks really, really good. The blue and yellow attack, always clean, always classic. Looks really, really nice. I do see up on the shoulder joints and around the forearms a little bit. You see some of that where the yellow and the blue, maybe it needed one more coat of yellow as you see some blue coming through a little bit. So maybe another dash of yellow might have helped this one a little bit. It's definitely not the worst I've seen, but it does take your eye away a little bit. The yellows just seem to not match up on the shoulder joints there. I am happy to report we got pinless joints throughout, as every once in a while we get the old switcheroo we've seen with Hasbro. I'm sure they're working on that, but these are pinless joints. So let's just walk through the articulation real quick on this one. Of course, the arm goes all the way around. Single jointed elbows, however, like I said, pinless, playing some of the hits there. Hands removable back and forth, side to side. Of course, hula hoop at the top. No waist articulation. She does got those Jubilee splits. Gotta love a good splits right there. And then she does have a thigh cut. And then she does have double jointed, pinless knees. Here for that. Here for that. No boot cut. And then you get ankles back and forth, up and down, side to side. So the ankle's pretty good on this one. No issues there. Of course, a smaller figure being Jubilee. Smaller teenage girl really at the time. Big black and red belt, I should call that out. That does break up kind of the monotony of the yellow and blue. Looks really, really good. Jubilee packing some heat in the back door over here. She's got a lot going on, especially for a teenager. What are we doing here? But looks good. Sure, why not? But definitely interesting. Gonna have to decide how to display her. I think I'm not gonna put the bubblegum head on her for my display. But that's one of those things. Choose your own adventure. How do you like them? You got to figure that out. A little annoying on the legs here. You gotta go up and out to the side. She can't do just a front leg up. It does get blocked in with the way her kind of diaper is on there. So a little bit funky in the articulation department. Not the worst we've ever seen once again, but also not the best. But it is Jubilee. Does she fit on a ringside collectible stand? Use discount code KYLE. Save 10%. What do you know? She fits on a stand. Fits like a glove, just like that. So Jubilee, 1 down, 3 to go. I got to get another stand here ready to go for the next one. I'm out of stands. Can you believe that? I'm going to take my last stand here. Oh, I think I got one. I do. I got 2 more here. But now we got Storm. Let's break Storm down. Let's see what's going with Storm. And we get effect pieces or effect hands with Storm, which, once again, we've seen these hands before. This time all in the yellow gloved look here for Storm. Of course, all these guys and gals in this pack have the yellow gloved hands. There's no skin showing on the hands. But you get the nice Storm effect pieces. She's shooting some lightning out of her fingertips. Something like Emperor Palpatine would have, of course. But very nice looking here. I don't mind these. I think, was it that Warpath 3-pack that came with Storm that had hands like this as well? I think that might have been the case. Of course, painted yellow on this one. But nice pieces there, nice effect pieces. Then, of course, you get Storm. She does get 2 Fists of Fury, much like Jubilee. And then she has 2 open hands as well. So very similar to Jubilee in that department. Definitely there. So we do get that. Now we break down old Storm here. We got a brand new head on Storm. She's got a little bit of a giraffe neck. I'm going to call that out right away. Especially if you move her head all the way up. Big head on a very skinny pencil neck. It looks like you could just snap her in half if you wanted to. So that's a little bit strange. That is a big... Boy, that's very giraffe-like. Can I even get this head off? Heck no, it's not going anywhere. Very interesting, but that is a long neck. That is one of the longest neck figures I think I've ever seen from the Marvel Legends team. I'm sure there's been something else, but nothing that sticks out just like this one. Good head sculpt on her. You know it's Storm, especially with the eyes back and the white. Looks a lot like Jade Cargill from, of course, AEW, if you're familiar with your wrestling. They're kind of going for the same look, I think, some of the days out there. She does have nice gold, kind of lightning bolt earrings. It's nice attention to detail. But boy, I can't get over that long neck, especially if you see her from the side. You'll see what I'm talking about. She's got a little yellow neck bracer on, kind of like we saw with Jubilee as well. Articulation, arms go all the way around. We do get a bicep cut. Double jointed, pinless elbows, playing the hits on this one here. She does have a forearm guard. Looks like you could take this off. So if you take the hands off, you could take this forearm guard off if you really wanted to. Of course, hands removable back and forth, side to side on the hands. Got the hula hoop at the waist, and then no traditional waist. You do get the belt there, of course, the black and red, just like Jubilee. It's a team after all. They're all matching together. And then you do get the splits, very similar to Jubilee here. You do get a thigh cut. Looks like the legs move a lot freer than Jubilee's did. Jubilee couldn't do a front one just like this, like Storm can. So Storm definitely working on her balance beam, working on her gymnastics, working on her stretches, on her days off, apparently. We'll call it that. Double jointed pinless knees. We're playing the hits. No boot cuts on this one. And then you got ankle, side to side, back and forth. So good articulation there. Nice to have Storm. Now, we've had tons and tons of Storms, but this is different. This is a smart move by Hasbro and the Marvel Legends team. One of the most iconic, especially to an age bracket like mine and possibly yours, getting this team in the yellow and blue. It says, I do need another Storm after all. And it's going to be fun once we get all these guys in their suits together. There's another X-Men team on your shelf. That's always a good thing. It's always a good day at the old office. Now, does Storm fit on a stand? What do you know? She fits as well. So Storm fitting on the stand. Very, very nice. So we got everybody fitting on stands so far. Now we go to the main event player here. One of my all-time favorite X-Men. I remember him more so, of course, from the X-Factor team, X-Factor days, but of course, Forge. Forge was a very cool one. I don't know, a sleeper guy on the X-Men team back in the day in the X-Men universe, and a guy that I don't think always got the respect he deserved. How about that? How about that? But Forge, I was always a big fan of Forge. And Forge, he comes to fight. He's got 2 Fists of Fury. I always had Forge and Bishop kind of teaming up together when I was a kid playing with them. We just have 2 fists, and then he's got a big old weapon here. A crazy big weapon. And where have we seen this weapon before? Did we see this with Cable or somebody? I don't know, my memory's drawing a blank, but I know we've seen this before. We got the nice gray silver color against the dark kind of gunmetal grays on the handle, on the back end of the gun here, and then even some pink highlights. So a lot of decoration, a lot of decor on this weapon, really dressing it up a little bit, and I'm here for that. That looks really, really nice. Looks very futuristic like Forge. Of course, Forge, a master of the machines, a master of weapons, as we do know. So this is on brand for Forge. We're going to call this on brand with him. But now we get Forge here out of the package, of course, in the blue and yellow, looking really, really good. First thing I noticed when I look at him, very big upper body, a little bit smaller in the leg department. He's been skipping leg day, it looks like. Obviously, he does have a robotic leg, so we can't hold that against him. But he can work some of the calves and some of the thighs over on this left one. But a very, very big upper body and a little bit smaller lower body is the first thing I noticed. Of course, after that, I go to the Rambo-style bandana he's got going on. Always an interesting look. You don't see guys walking around with a bandana like this and long hair and a ponytail. I might bring that back starting this weekend. We'll see. That could be a good look for me. That could be my signature look going forward. The little skinny bandana and a ponytail. We'll see. We'll see. Stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel. But Forge looking really good. Somebody gives me this, I'm going to know it's Forge. Maybe it's because I liked Forge a lot. I read that era a lot. Not sure what Forge is up to these days. I've kind of lost track of the guy, but we need to have a reunion one of these days, maybe, possibly. But Forge looking really, really nice. Very good head sculpt. Love the pencil-thin mustache. Love the coloring. Love the face sculpt on him. He's not happy. He's not mad. He's somewhere in between, which isn't a bad thing, as we do know. Nice black hair down into the ponytail, looking really good. And then we talked about that bandana. Got a little bit of a scuff over there on the shoulder, but not too bad. Articulation-wise, of course, head back and forth, side to side. A little bit limited by that ponytail. It happens. But then you do get butterfly shoulders on this one. We didn't get that on the other two, so we do get butterfly shoulders here. We do get the arms that go all the way around, of course. You do get side-to-side bicep. Of course, double-jointed, pinless elbows, playing all the hits. You do got a forearm guard. Looks like that is on there. Yes, it is on there. And then you do get a trigger finger, up and down trigger finger on this one, so for his weapon, of course. You do get a traditional ab crunch, which the females did not have. Then you get the red and black attack belt going on, of course. Looks really good, matches the team, part of the uniformity outside of the colors. You do get the big old splits for Forge if he needs to. Always love it how they hide that cut, that thigh cut being hid in that bracer. Absolutely genius. Really love that. And I'm so happy they went to the bracers like this on the thigh instead of the old ones that would fall down all the time. Definitely love this. Heck of a lot better. Just looks better all around. You get thigh cut on the other side with the robot leg. That is a heck of a lot more noticeable, obviously. Double jointed pinless knees. Interesting here. So you get one leg that's double jointed pinless. You get another leg that's double jointed but has a pin in it. So very interesting with the robot leg. You do get a boot cut, of course, once again, hidden really well there, like that, of course. Then ankles back and forth, side to side. I believe this is the new Vulcan body, if I'm not mistaken on this one. Not super, super familiar. We've had 2 or 3 figures, maybe 4 now in that body. But it definitely does look really good. Of course, he's going to be able to hold his weapon. And what's Forge without his weapon at the end of the day? You've got to have that in his hand. Looking really, really nice. And I believe Forge and Storm, didn't they used to date back around this time? I think that was the case. If my memory serves me well, like a young Bob Dylan. Does Forge fit on a ringside collectible stand? And what do you know he does? Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on your Mattel. Make sure you get the Mattel stands. They are perfect for these figures, as you guys know. But talk about the lineup right there, looking really good. Of course, we do have Wolverine. We have already unboxed him on the channel. We can add him to the group. We got to get Psylocke. We got to get Gambit. We got to get Banshee, and we'll have the whole team right here. Always cool to finish these teams out. Always excited about that. Looking really good with Wolverine added to the mix as well. Of course, we've had some of these other guys and gals in the past. We do have Forge. Now, we got some of the same stuff with Forge and some differences. Totally different body. And man, I never disliked this body on Forge, but compared to this new body, this thing feels just like it's 100 years old. Really, it really does. So I love the improvements on Forge. You know, he doesn't have some of the bells and whistles. Doesn't got the little fringe. Oh, fringe, it's in. He's got that there. Got a different Xmen belt. Different coloring in the blue and yellow. I mean, it really is amazing how much of an improvement this Forge is. And Forge, character enough for everybody. Everybody needs some Forge, and I think a lot of people probably don't have this, especially newer collectors. So this definitely does work out. And man, this Forge is a lot bigger, as we've seen a lot of these X-Men figures kind of growing over the years. Guys and gals are getting a little taller than they used to be. But this new Forge, definitely a total improvement over the old model. Then we get down to Storm, and I wasn't really sure what Storm figure to grab. So I said, what Storm figure do I have with short hair? And I grabbed the one where she's got the old mohawk going on. Old punk rock Storm. So you can see a little bit of comparisons between those two. But that is a very, very different look between these two Storms. And then, of course, Jubilee. Man, she's had a few figures, all very similar, of course. We do get the regular one. Was that the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure wave? quite possibly could have been. And then, of course, we do have the one, the cell shading one from the animated series as well. So we got 3 different versions of old Jubilation Lee here at the table. Pick your poison, I guess, at the end of the day. It's cool to have something different. I don't know what more they could do with Jubilee. Obviously, like I said, with Forge, I've kind of lost track of my X-Men in the modern take. I'm kind of stuck in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s with my X-Men. So I'm not sure what Jubilee's up to, but I assume she's probably changed her wardrobe, so maybe we'll get a different one down the way. I guess the Generation X days, I think she had a different costume too, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be wrong. But not too shabby on the first 3-pack here of the X-Men 60th Anniversary Wave. I'm ready for the second one. Hopefully those are fairly soon coming through the door. We'll see. And of course, I got these at, like I said, DJC Collectibles. Use the discount code 8OFFDJC. They're shipping right now. Beat the rush. I think these are supposed to be like April, May for most places. So they're definitely shipping early if you're interested in picking these up. And tell them Kyle sent you. Tell them Kyle sent you. There you go. But looking really good. But what say you guys out there in YouTube land? You picking up this 3-pack? You playing the long game? You passing? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on the little notification bell. As you guys know, we got videos every single day. And then some. Yes, and then some. And we got even more content for you over on Patreon. Truly the best way to support the channel. Check out the link in the description below. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget about social media. Sir Paul64 is where you're going to find me on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for the X-Men 3-pack from Marvel Legends, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.